For years, reports of unexplained aerial encounters remained hidden behind classified systems, military reviews, and intelligence archives. Now, in a dramatic shift toward public transparency, multiple unresolved UAP case files, infrared imagery, military captures, and historical records have entered the public domain. The question now is no longer whether these cases exist, but what exactly they represent. On May 8, 2026, President Donald J. Trump announced the first public release of UAP and UFO-related materials under a transparency initiative intended to make unresolved government records available for public review. According to the official directive, these are unresolved incidents, meaning authorities themselves are not claiming definitive conclusions. Some cases may eventually be explained. Others remain unidentified. One of the released infrared black-hot military still images shows an unidentified object over the western United States. The object appears as a dark thermal anomaly against the monitored background. No confirmed public explanation accompanies this image, which is why the case remains categorized as unresolved within the released material. Another infrared military capture shows a separate unidentified object tracked over the western United States. The imagery immediately triggered public debate online, with viewers questioning whether the object could be advanced drone technology, military equipment, sensor distortion, or something entirely unknown. Officially, however, the case remains unresolved. One of the most discussed released images appears to show an unidentified object below a helicopter. Captured using infrared black-hot imaging, the visual has generated intense speculation due to the apparent proximity between the helicopter and the unidentified object. Yet no public conclusion has been attached to the case, leaving the object officially unexplained. Another released image appears to show multiple unidentified thermal objects rather than a single anomaly. Cases involving more than one detected object naturally intensify speculation, but classification as unidentified does not automatically imply extraordinary origin. It simply indicates that available data was insufficient for immediate definitive identification. One of the more visually dramatic materials includes a rendered reconstruction based on eyewitness reporting. The case describes an apparent metallic ellipsoid object emerging from a bright light before disappearing instantaneously. Importantly, this is not presented as direct photographic evidence, but rather as a reconstruction intended to visually represent witness descriptions tied to the report. Historical archival imagery has also reignited discussion. One referenced image from the Apollo 17 mission contains an enlarged section showing 3 visible lights above the lunar terrain. Interpretations vary widely, from optical artifacts to imaging anomalies to unexplained visual phenomena. No definitive public conclusion has been attached to the image. A military operator reportedly identified this footage as showing an unidentified aerial phenomenon crossing the monitored screen. Cases involving military sensor systems often generate significant public attention because they originate from advanced surveillance environments. While many incidents eventually receive conventional explanations, some remain unresolved within official reporting. Across all released materials, one pattern becomes clear: not every case has an immediate explanation. Some incidents may ultimately be attributed to conventional technology, environmental conditions, sensor limitations, or classified systems. Others may remain unexplained for years. And that uncertainty is exactly what keeps global attention focused on future disclosures. What's your conclusion? Misidentified technology? Classified defense systems? Sensor anomalies? Or are we expecting an alien statement? Share your perspective in the comments section. More disclosures may follow. More files may be reviewed. More unresolved cases may emerge. Until then, the debate continues.